Delhi, J&K, etc., who are dependent in particularly when the terrorism is in its peak. The people from the Jammu Kashmir used to shift to Himachal Pradesh to do their casual labor, and the climate of Himachal also suits to them. But they have not been given the dignity which a man requires. They are bound to live in a you can say, in a very narrow space. And even you would be surprised to know that a kitchen in which we people used to, when we go for construction of our house, we used to construct a kitchen at least minimum what we can afford, of minimum space. In Nalagarh, Baddi, Barotiwala, while doing the work in the trade union, when I visited there, what I saw, that a accommodation of 5 by 7 feet almost, which a kitchen, a small kitchen you can say. In that kitchen, even 4 to 5 persons are compelled to live there. Why they are compelled to live there? I will also like to share one thing here, that after 1996, in MC Mehta case, some industrial units were asked to transfer to make Delhi less burdened in terms of population as well as in terms of pollution. And at that time, approximately more than 800 units was shifted to Nalagarh, Baddi, Barotiwala, which is called Vivian Industrial Unit. In those areas, people also went from here. Now, one side you can see the minimum wage which a government defines, rupees 120, and at Baddi, Baroti, Nalagarh, in case if you go for a house, even a single room of 10 by 10, minimum rent is 2,000 rupees. How a person who is earning of 3,600 rupees per month can afford a house of 2,000 rupees on rent, even a single accommodation? I would like to share one experience to which Mr. Anand has also been the witness. Once in a hospital, there was some casualty. A labor from the Jharkhand was working, and his fellow friend who was working on some height, he didn't saw that man working behind that danga, and he threw a big stone on him. That man was crushed. That man was taken to the hospital. Hospital officials transferred him to PGI at Chandigarh. After getting some time treatment for some time, that man was again transferred back to the Simla hospital. And once I had gone there to meet my friend who was also admitted in the same hospital, some people came to me that the doctors are asking him to transfer that man, to take away that man in the place where he lives, and just to give him a nursing. I asked him to not do so, because the place where that man lives, there are more than 5 to 6 persons used to live there, and they used to make their kitchen in itself. So how it would be feasible for a illiterate lady to give nursing to her husband, where 4 or 5 families are living in a single room? I also called Mr. Anand, but that could not get materialized for ABC reason. But we had made the hospital bound to take care of that man until and unless that man recovered entirely. But so far as the shelter problem is concerned, in Himachal Pradesh, we have never heard that government is going to make any shelter house for the people who are living there. And I have also come to know here only that in view of Supreme Court direction, that at least the places where the 1 lakh people, in those cities where in the population is approximately 1 lakh, government is bound to make a shelter home. So in that aspect, I would like to say that in Himachal Pradesh, only one city is there which crosses the population of 1 lakh, that is Simla. Then even if it is 5 lakh, then I am saying that Simla is the only town in the state which reaches the population of 1,30,000 approximately. No other town is going to cross the 1 lakh population. Whether this order is implementable in the state of Himachal Pradesh or not, it is again to be, I would like to be guided by my senior friends who have experience of dealing with this matter or who are dealing with now. So, particularly in that area, the Nalagarh, Badi, Borotiwala, which are the industrial area, there are the center problems. The rest of the Himachal, these problems are not so great, but still that aspect also is required to be looked into. But particularly, I would like to make a request in case if visible, just visit Nalagarh, Badi and Borotiwala. The situations are so worse that people are now become absolutely slave, because the where we are talking those people to be like they are living in a like a houseless person. They are living in a shed, but this shed is also not belongs to them. That shed is, though it is on the government land, but that has already been captured by the colonizers. First illegal with the help of the police. Police used to go once, twice. They used to destroy those sheds. Thereafter sheds again being erected, and these all things are going on under the hand of the local MLA, police, etc. So the major problem in Himachal Pradesh concerned to the industrial area regarding the center problem. So I would like to request you, whenever find fit, you must visit and you find out in case if some problem, if that problem can be sorted out. Thank you very much.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Is there a count of the homeless? Has there been ever a count of how many homeless are there in the state?
In state, the number of houseless person or homeless persons, except the industrial area, very negligible, you can say, because
No, but what about the census?
No, has there been any sort of a census or a count by any organization?
No, on that line, it's not in my knowledge. Otherwise, also that if there anything has been counted in particular those regions or not, it's not in my knowledge.
And how many shelter homes? Are there any shelter homes?
To my knowledge, no.
There are no government shelter
homes. That's why I'm saying whether this Supreme Court order is implementable or not, because itself it says that the cities where the population crosses 5 lakh, and in Himachal Pradesh, no state covers these conditions. Yes, which is crossing the population of more than 1,30,000.
Thank you very much. हिमाचल प्रदेश के बारे में जो काफ़ी हमें जानकारी दी है, आनंद शर्मा would like to add 2 points.
I'll take very little time. In the winters, especially in the rural areas, which people in rural areas suffer a lot, because in order to keep their houses warm, they use fire, and often it has been found that throughout the state, large number of houses catch fire, and these people are rendered homeless. And we have come across about 8 or 10 cases where people have been fighting to get relief from the government for a long time, and maybe we are taking those cases to the court now. And the second thing is that because of large number of hydroelectric projects that have come up, large number of people in their villages, especially in the tribal district of Kinnaur, are being rendered homeless because of the underground activity which takes place to construct those tunnels for diversion of waters and audit tunnels and all other things. And there have been instances where people have lost their homes, and the project authorities totally disowning it, that it is not because of them. But it is because of them, because the mountains, they lose their stability because of the underground activity, large amount of tunnels coming under the ground. And this has been witnessed in Chamba also, this has been witnessed in Kinnaur also, where villages after villages have been rendered, the people have to desert them because they cannot live there anymore. And the third is natural calamities due to cloud bursts in Himachal, which is a frequent occurrence. And these people, if the victims are large in number, they need to attract the attention of the government, and some kind of relief is provided. Otherwise, if there are 1 or 2 people, 1 or 2 families who suffer in a cloud burst, then the government is very indifferent towards their behalf.
Now I request Manisha from Haryana to make the presentation on the situation of the Haryana.
सबसे पहले मेरा सभी को नमस्कार। मैं मनीषा हरियाणा के क्षेत्र से। अगर हम हरियाणा की बात करते हैं तो हरियाणा की सिचुएशन बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है सभी डिस्ट्रिक्ट से। और क्या नाम, जब ये अगस्त में जो भी वैकेंसी कारवा हरियाणा में आया था तो हम लोगों को उससे पहले बिल्कुल नया मुद्दा लगा था वहाँ पे कि पहले इस बारे में वहाँ पे कोई भी ऐसा कोई एनजीओ या कोई भी लोग इस पे कोई काम नहीं कर रहा था। तो हम लोगों ने देखा जब कि हाँ ये बहुत जरूरी भी है और इतना नया मुद्दा है, तो हम लोग तभी से इस पे काम करने लगे वहाँ पे। तो अगर मैं अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट की बात करती हूँ तो कुरुक्षेत्र में जो ब्रह्म सरोवर है जहाँ पे युद्ध भी हुआ था महाभारत का, सभी को पता भी होगा, तो वहाँ पे इतने होमलेस लोग हैं और जिसमें लड़कियाँ, यंग और स्टूडेंट, छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी हैं, और वो दिन में मांगते हैं और रात को जो मांगते हैं वो उससे खा नहीं सकते, कोई उनसे छीन लेता है उसको। और उसमें जो वहाँ के होमलेस लोग हैं, बच्चे हैं, उसमें महिलाएं हैं, पुरुष हैं, वो आसपास की, और सेंट्रल के बारे में तो वहाँ पे किसी को पता ही नहीं है कि वो ये है क्या, इसके बारे में उनको बिल्कुल नहीं पता ये है क्या और कहाँ पे है और नहीं है वहाँ पे कुरुक्षेत्र में। तो वहाँ पे ये जो लोग हैं, जो बेघर लोग हैं वहाँ पे, तो धर्मशालाएं हैं वहाँ पे आसपास, धर्म सरोवर के जो पास में, तो वहाँ से हर रोज वो कभी किसी धर्मशाला से मांग के खाना खाते हैं, तो कभी किसी धर्मशाला से, अलग अलग जाति के नाम पे वहाँ पे धर्मशालाएं हैं अलग अलग, तो वहाँ से मांग के वो अपना पेट भरते हैं। हाँ, मतलब डेली का उनका यही है रूटीन। अगर आज नाइट में आप जाके देखोगे वहाँ पे तो कुछ बच्चे, कुछ औरतें आसपास इतनी बिल्कुल सड़क पे मिलेंगे, वो ना ही कोई दीवार होगी, जिस दीवार के सहारे में अगर आप देखोगे कि वो दीवार के सहारे में, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, बिल्कुल सड़क पे सड़क है और उसके आसपास में वो लेटे हुए आपको मिलेंगे। और वहाँ पे एक भी सेंट्रल के बारे में मैंने भी सुन के यहाँ बिल्कुल नया लगा मुझे, क्योंकि वहाँ पे तो ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं। तो मैं सोच रही थी तो मैं क्या बताऊंगी कि हरियाणा में कितने सेंटर है, तो वहाँ पे तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं है, जीरो मात्रा है। और ना ही वहाँ पे कोई भी, और हरियाणा सरकार ये बोलती है कि हरियाणा तो हर तरह से विकसित देश है, इसमें तो होमलेस लोग तो है ही नहीं वहाँ पे। हरियाणा सरकार का जो मानना है वो ये मानते हैं कि हरियाणा में तो होमलेस लोग कोई है ही नहीं, क्योंकि उनको क्या जरूरत पड़ी है कि वो जाके देखे कौन सड़क पे सो, क्योंकि उन्हें तो इतनी फैसिलिटी मिली है, उन्हें जरूरत भी क्या है। जरूरत तो हम लोगों को, जिनके सिर में दर्द होता है वही जाके देखेगा ना, और जिनको जरूरत है वही देखेगा ना, उन्हें तो कोई जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती इस चीज़ की। तो मुझे अभी जो यहाँ पे देखने को मिला है और हरियाणा में हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं इस मुद्दे पर, तो लगा कि बहुत जरूरी है। और हाँ, अगर हम लोग ही उनके लिए कुछ करेंगे तो तभी कुछ हो सकता है, हम सभी लोग मिलके करेंगे, वरना सरकार को तो कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है कि वो इन लोगों के लिए कुछ करे। तो धन्यवाद।
इसमें एक शब्द है फरीदाबाद और गुड़गांव, यहाँ पर क्या बिहार को कुछ अलग चित्र होना चाहिए, क्योंकि बहुत बड़े औद्योगिक हब बन गए हैं, तो यहाँ पे होमलेस की क्या परिस्थिति है, इसका कुछ
मैं तो शुरू क्या है, लेकिन जो आपने क्वेश्चन किया वो बिल्कुल ठीक है। अभी पिछले दिनों इंदू जी से बात हुई थी कि फरीदाबाद और उसके लिए गुड़गांव के लिए, तो लगभग अभी मैं पिछले 4-5 दिन से रात को कई बार दोस्तों के साथ में चले पर देख कहते क्या स्थिति है। तो लगभग हर जो कॉम्प्लेक्स में, बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स, जैसे आप नेट की बात करें या रिलायंस की बात, जो रिबॉक की बात करें, उनको उसके भारी लोग सोचते रहते हैं। और सुबह उठ के वो जैसे उनके उसका क्या नाम है, ट्रक का अनलोडिंग का काम है, और जो क्या नाम है, जो वहाँ के मोस्टली जैसे गुरुद्वारे हैं, गुड़गांव के 2 बड़े गुरुद्वारे हैं और एक वो है मंदिर है, तो उनके बाहर बड़ी संख्या में लोग हैं जो कि मतलब इस मुद्दे, मतलब जो जिनको वास्तव इसकी जरूरत है। फरीदाबाद में तो खासकर फरीदाबाद में तो मतलब क्योंकि वो एक ऐसी कम्युनिटी से जुड़ा हुआ इलाका है कि वहाँ के लोग मतलब बिल्कुल जैसे गुजर हैं, जो वहाँ के आसपास जो लोग हैं इधर वो हैं, तो वो लोग तो बिल्कुल अवॉइड करते हैं, भागो यहाँ से। और किसी भी उसके इंडस्ट्री के आसपास वो लोग पड़े रहते हैं, वहाँ स्थिति है इन दोनों उसके पास।
वहाँ भी कोई होम नहीं है, मतलब
नहीं, कोई नहीं। आरटीआई में हमने कहा कि हमारे अब तो होमलेस है ही नहीं। गुड़गांव में हमने आरटीआई लगाई थी, पिछले साल लगाई थी गुड़गांव, तो मैंने तो एमसी जो म्यूनसिपल कमेटी उसने कहा हमारे यहाँ कोई होमलेस नहीं है, वो होमलेस ही नहीं हम किया ना। उन्होंने कोई सर्वे किया, हमने उसमें पूछा था कि आपने कोई सर्वे करवाया हो, कोई इस टाइप की चीज़ें हों, तो उन्होंने कहा जी हमारे यहाँ कोई हमारे सही है, बिल्कुल साफ क्लियर
तो
है।
अंदाजन कितने होंगे गुड़गांव में खाली?
नहीं, ये तो इसकी भाई नहीं पता, क्योंकि वो तो किया नहीं ना, जैसे दिल्ली में किया हमने, पता कि दिल्ली में गली करोड़ बाग का पता है मेरे को, वहाँ 4,000 4,500 लोग, करोड़ बाग से मैं जुड़ा रहा हूँ उस इलाके से पूरी तरह, लेकिन वहाँ का नहीं पता ना मेरे को कि वहाँ कितने लोग होंगे, वो तो बस एक ही कार में आप कितना देख पाते हो उतना ही देख पाते, उससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं देख पाते।
अभी now we have from Tamil Nadu Mr. Ruban Raj from Madurai. रुबन राज मदुरई से आए हैं और ये तमिलनाडु के बारे में बताएंगे, लेकिन यहाँ पर एक प्रॉब्लम ये है कि ये तमिल में बात करेंगे और मेरी जितने तमिल की जानकारी है उसके मुताबिक मैं उसे ट्रांसलेट करने की कोशिश करूँगा ताकि कुछ समझ में आए।
My organization name is Center for Education and Actions. So after this caravan, we discussed with the Commissioner of Municipal Administration, Tamil Nadu, Chennai about the urban homeless shelter. The matter has been agreed to provide shelter homes with all the facilities as per the guidelines of Supreme Court, as indicated by all the NGOs, such as ration cards, enumeration of census, health checkup, old age pension, survey of inmates, mentally retarded people, people's home, workers at old age home, skill training and livelihood program. After the discussion, immediately they start at Madurai, 17th December 2010. There is one center was organized in Dhaka building. The 219 inmates are in Madurai shelter. This center was managed under Madurai District Town Guard People Welfare Trust. The drinking water is very good. The sanitation is good. The food service, the NGO is more money to spend for these people. This shelter is located in the heart of the city. The health facilities near the corporation hospitals very near. Every day one nurse to attend this visit to the shelter. The crèche and school, no crèche and school is the no school. The next shelter started at Tirupur Corporation, February 2011-9. The number of shelter is 1. Number of inmates is 99. The bed organization manage the shelter. Drinking water is corporation drinking water 24 hours available. The sanitation is separate, toilet facilities for the gents, separate toilet facilities for the ladies. Food service, the NGO is own fund to serve the food. The shelter is located in the city limit. Another recreation, they put in one TV and every day they serve the newspapers. The another one, Coimbatore, 2011 February, March 18th it was started.